So JavaScript is a weakly typed language, meaning our variables can hold numbers, they can hold strings, they can hold booleans. But JavaScript still cares. It knows the difference and it treats those values differently. Let me show you an example. If I create two variables, foo and bar, and I give them numeric values, the number 5 without double quotes, then I call alert, adding them together. I'm using the addition operator, the plus sign. What I'll get will be the number 10. It understands these are numbers, it adds them together. If, on the other hand, I create these variables with the digit 5, but inside double quotes as a string, and then I use exactly the same code, I'm using the addition operator to add them together, what's going to happen is concatenation, not addition. They're going to put them beside each other, and what will be output is 5, 5. This is a behavior you do occasionally want to have happen even when the values in your strings are what we think of as numeric. Say you're working with area codes and phone numbers. You don't want to be in a situation where those will get added to each other and actually have a different number. You want them concatenated, one beside the other. Now, it might get a little more puzzling about what happens if you've got one of each. So what happens if one variable is a number and the other variable is a string? Well, what's going to happen is if one's a string, that's going to take charge. You'll get concatenation will occur. And where it can get even a bit more involved is what happens if you try and do something that just doesn't make sense. We create a variable foo equal to 5. We create variable bar equal to the letter B. And then we try and alert foo times bar, foo multiplied by bar. Well, concatenation doesn't work here. What you're actually going to get is this. You're going to get the value uppercase N, lowercase a, uppercase N. This is not a number. It's how JavaScript will represent something that just doesn't make sense. And JavaScript has this built-in idea of something being not a number. It's something that it understands. And this can come in very useful for us because sometimes we have variables that we want to be a number but aren't. Let's say, for example, we've got a variable equal to the string 55. So it could be numeric, but it could be ABC. It could be an exclamation mark. Perhaps we're asking somebody to type in a value into a prompt box. We hope it's a number, but it might not be. Well, what I can do first is I can create a new variable. We'll call it my number. I'm going to try and convert whatever's in foo into a number. Sometimes that'll work, sometimes it won't. It's a value like 55, it would work. If it was an exclamation mark, it wouldn't. Now, this looks a little odd. This is a built-in function in JavaScript called number. And it's one of the few times we've seen an uppercase N here. We're passing in the variable foo, and we're saying make it a number and store the result in the myNumber variable. Hopefully, this will work, but it might not. So the next thing that I need to do is check it. And we use another built-in JavaScript function called isNotANumber or isNaN. So isNaN is a built-in function in JavaScript. It accepts a variable and it will tell us, is this a number or is it not a number? Now think about what it's called. isNaN, is not a number. What that means is we'll get true or false back from this. It will return true if this is not a number. And because this is in an if statement here, that's what we're asking. If it's not a number, we're going to pop up an alert message. Now, quite a lot of the time, what you want to actually ask is if something is a number. Well, there is no isNumber function. They can only tell us if it's not a number. So if I'm asking if something is a number, I'm actually going to do a weird double negative here. I'm going to use the exclamation mark to negate the call to the function. What I'm asking is if it's not a number, meaning is it a number? In which case, we'll then pop up the alert box saying, yes, it's a number. Looks a little strange, feels a little strange if it's the first time you've seen anything like this, but you'll find JavaScript has a few of these little things tucked away.